When was the last time you had that inner joy and satisfaction after an interview or a conversation with someone because you chose words that were powerful, precise, and descriptive? Knowing how and when to use specific verbs that are synonymous helps you to be more precise, to be more expressive, and more impactful when you share your thoughts in English. In other words, your listener will be able to create a visual picture while listening to you speak. For instance, listen to these sentences. Number 1, I am hungry. Number 2, I am starving. I am famishing. Listening to the second sentence, I am starving or I am famishing, it creates a visual picture of how the intensity of your hunger. So for you to be able to choose the right verb to actually tell someone how you're feeling or what is going on is very important in conversation to create that impact, to make that person see like the visual picture of what is actually going on. So in our lesson today, we will be talking about verbs for look. Verbs for look. Verbs for look. There are other verbs that you can use to replace the verb look in your conversation. When you are talking with somebody, for you to actually create an impact or for the person to visualize what you're saying in his or her head, there are other verbs you can use to replace look, to actually be specific about the kind of look. So in this video, we will look at 8 common verbs for different kinds of look. 8 common verbs for different kinds of look. So we will emphasize on the following. Observe, gape or gawk, glance, spot, peer, stare, peek, glare. These are some verbs that you can use to mean specific kind of look. So we are going to explore them one after another. Please pay attention so you can be able to use the right verb to describe a specific kind of look when you are communicating. Let's start with the first one. Stare. Stare. To stare means to look at someone or something for a long time. Look at someone or something for a long time. Look at that cat. Look at that little cutie baby. Baby K has been staring at that toy for over 20 minutes. Baby K has been staring at that toy for over 20 minutes. That means he has been focused. He has been looking at that toy like non-stop for some time. That is the meaning of stare. That means you focus your eyes, you're looking at a particular thing or a particular place for a reasonable time, that somebody watching you will actually realize that you are focused on that particular thing. Glare. What does the verb glare mean? It means to look at someone or something angrily. To look at someone or something angrily. She gave her sister a glare of contempt for changing the TV channel. She gave her sister a glare of contempt for changing the TV channel. That means when somebody does something to you that you don't like it, okay, you give that person a glare. They glared at their mom for asking them to stop playing video games and go to bed. Just imagine when a child is enjoying a game and you say, stop playing that game, it's time for bed, and you take away the phone or the game that the student or the child was playing. That child, most often, the child will give you a glare, like the angry look. Okay, so instead of saying the child looked at me angrily, you say the child glared at me for stopping him from playing games in class. Glare. The next verb is observe. Observe. Observe means to watch someone or something carefully to discover more about it or them. Watch someone or something carefully to discover more about it or them. Look at this little girl. She's observing the flowers. Observe. She's not just looking at the flowers, but she's observing it. That means she's trying to discover something in it. The teacher is observing the student as she does her art work. That means the teacher is not saying anything. The teacher is just looking at how the child is doing the work. Okay? Just observe, look at it, monitor, check every step. If the child is doing it right, you observe. Take time to look at something to discover more about it or what is going on. Observe. The next verb is gape or gawk. Gawk. You can use them interchangeably because they mean basically the same thing. So, gape means to look at somebody or something with your eyes and mouth open. Like you are amazed, you are surprised. You're like, you were not expecting that thing, or you were not expecting that action, or you were not expecting the word, or you were not expecting what just happened. Okay, you gawk. So to look at somebody or something with your mouth and your eyes wide open, like you are so surprised. You say, you gape or you gawked. The judges gawked at the little girl's performance. For instance, there is a performance to be done by a little girl. She appears on the stage and the judges are like, I'm not sure this child will do anything. And maybe they're focused on what they are doing on their table. And then the child starts singing. And the first words and the voice, the vocal is so exceptional, so nice that all the judges, they gawk like, wow, what is going on here? That is to gape or to gawk. That is, look at somebody or something with your eyes and your mouth open. Glance. To glance is to look at somebody or something quickly. To look at somebody or something quickly. She threw a disapproving glance at me. That means maybe you are in a place where the person is not in position to speak, but you do something. Just for instance, you are somewhere with your mom. You do something that is not right, But your mom is in a position that she cannot talk to you. So she throw a disapproving glance at you, like just look at you in a way that will signal to you that what you're doing is not right. You call it glance. I glanced through the book. I glanced through the book means I went through the pages of the book, maybe to get a general idea of what the book is about, but I did not actually read the book in details. That is glance. Peer. Peer is to try to see someone or something when you cannot see it or them clearly. You peer, like you can really not see it clearly. You can really not see that person clearly or that thing clearly. You peer. Look at this guy. He's peering at his computer. Maybe there is something he's trying to find out. He's looking for a particular information. He cannot get it. He is peering. Peer. Look at this guy. He is peering. Ray carefully peered at his sister during her performance. Maybe Ray's sister is a cheerleader, and there are many students or many people performing, and Ray's sister is one of them. So his focus is on his sister. He peered to see what the sister is actually doing. Peek. Peek means to look at somebody or someone quickly and secretively. To look at someone or something quickly and secretively. Peeking during exams. You know, during exams, a student who is not prepared, sitting next to a student who is well prepared for the exams, the student who is not prepared, most often they peek, like try to look at the script of the student who is well prepared for the exam to be able to copy. Look at somebody or something quickly and secretively. In this situation, the student peeking doesn't want the teacher to notice him or her. So you look quickly and secretively. Peek through the blinds. Peek through the blinds means you open the blind to try to see what is going on, okay? You look at it quickly and secretively because you don't want the other person to notice what you are doing. To see someone or something suddenly is to spot. You spot something. You spot someone. I spotted the mistake immediately. That means I could just identify the mistake. I could see the mistake immediately I looked at this, okay? That is called spot. So review. The common verbs for looking are stare, gape, glance, glare, observe, peek, peer, and spot. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have learned new verbs for looking, and I hope you can use them in your conversation to let your listener actually visualize what you're saying, to have a visual picture of what you're saying in his mind. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for participating in this. Did you enjoy the lesson? Please subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can be the first to be notified when we upload a new video. Thank you so much and see you next time.